adwo ema wona kwaba edeba mass eyimbre Kasie bo eso embraso say ensama yensa kan e wo fie hanom a esemufu etumi asone so kodwen say dukrom so no edeba be so say mass eyimbre Kasie bo na mekan mu say enda so August da otodo edwenu eson e wafe 2026 mu ne nsam dodo wana na yensa kan e wo fie hanom ne mom nsam ahodwe bo dim titiri power enda Kasie bo no mu no yada enda do President John Dramani Mahama na enda do wetumi wa inaugurate committee ebetumi ahwe na Ghana 1 billion boku reconstruction ebetumi ahyehyɛ so
Ghana man penny John Dramani Mahama edin sembi abetudwa wo chirem se adwuma form ye adwuma e wo Ghana airport no munjai sika hodo mosre ede every visitors no eho
Sasu na Ghana ya vice president ya Maame in the day ada the Ghana adesha do na mo Rwanda wo aman mu ne ada ono omo atena se etwetwe nkomo se na be ya wo bepie mu Rwanda so metumi ejina brane
dom kuma mo nwa shebedwa fie so sabre kasai omde nsembi abetudwa ni nyina ekọ edema dom dodo a omo nwa shebedwa fie ni nyina efa speaker frɛ na ofra omo se mu nyina bra na ometena se sabre dom kuma so de nsembi abetudwa efa ho
ensam dodo wana ka we ho na ya bobo na resum se mass enyimbre Kasie bona me come say city base properties Ghana limited na de bia da wo so ya say etumi de Kasie bria de city base head office Nunga barrier opposite scan guest house another office so where e afienya toll booth edua ebetuma for city base 05519968843 and answer the 055028524 city base to litigation free assassin kotin pincho number 1 na wosubuko ko wiase no no abade ne assassin first choice media college ombo ye chire dom pa ya da wo so epede koduri power centre edwuma no mu abra o makache Nunga barrier Omoni Mass TV or Danko, my betima from so. I was 05540549. 39 was to go Riasano. No other than in Central of Pa. Ewo man Ghana Musas no bulk foods and groceries. Yada dog for Yada was winning the cocoa product. Ebe to me, Amawa Pomudin, it to me Ejina Brana. Yada determine cannot come on check. Oh, Pegono. Ebe to me from so 055-804-7304. Bulk foods and groceries. Almost ya don't bet to me abo no chwa pomode no etumi ejina brane pa na nya enyimbre de Kasie bo esu de beso no ye from Maame ama amominum ne ba
Maame ya Serwaa
ye twan ye ho aba ye ba ye de ensem no mu twetwuma nkasa ye de ba beso no na yefa nsem no muchechuma nkasa yemfa mbeso no semehye yensem na ase ede amono de a ada mekopie mu ewo finance minister Dr. Kasie atoforsen na akache ada endodo de nsem binum ejina mampanyin anem echirem se ada enmenim ya de Ghana aban anasa President John Dramani Mahama etumi a inaugurate 5 member boko revitalizer ebetumi nchi aboa na onso what is Ghana 1 billion edebesi wo se na be ya infrastructure ahodre te se omo pese ebepie mu wo boko ene ne potem mo metumi ni chi omo da hyehyɛ so se na be ya boko ene ne potem so apomode anaso infrastructure ho nsɛm no so ebetumi ejina brane
mediation report I announced that it was time for the guns to be silenced in Boko and that the issue of Boko would be resolved through the lawful process, upholding our constitution and our laws, and that any other outstanding issues can be handled traditionally. There was quite an eruption since then, and I want to use this opportunity to commend the security services for remaining firm and taking action to make sure that Boko becomes safe and secure again so that people can go about their normal duties. It's taking quite some time, but I'm happy to receive the reports that Boko is safer, is quieter, We don't hear gunshots again at night. The kind of murders that took place with impunity have abated. And at the time that I received the report, I announced the Boko Revitalization Fund to be dispersed by a committee chaired by the finance minister. The allocation for the Boko Revitalization Fund has been made, and it is 1 billion Ghana cedis. And so now, with safety and security prevailing in Boko and surrounding areas, this is the time to begin implementation of the Revitalization Fund. We want Boko to recapture its former glory as a major commercial center in Ghana. As a result of the conflict, we were not able to post national service people to the area. We were not able to post medical personnel to the area. Indeed, there were very important projects taking place there, like the Tamni Dam. One employee of the company was killed, and so the contractor had to pull out. And so that dam that will benefit 4 districts in Boko has come to a standstill. But I'm happy that now we have the opportunity to go back and continue the development so that the people of the area would benefit from all the projects that we've been doing, so that Boko will get its fair share of the national cake. So today we've gathered to inaugurate the committee that will be steering the Revitalization Fund. It will go to provision of infrastructure and any other areas that the committee deems fit. And we expect that as many districts within the Boko area will benefit from the Revitalization Fund. I have absolute confidence in the membership of the committee, and I know that they would handle this assignment with the usual integrity and efficiency that they have shown in their public service over the years.
Some so ede amaudia Ghana Mampini John Draman Mahama Edin Simbia Betujani Eko Edme Juma form ye Juma Ewo Ghana Airport Hudo wo my Ghana Nina or Chimuse Juma phone na hwe se ska hudo ye mo esresre edi free air visitors wo no mo hwe no mo enjoy sense ade egu Ghana enim efim.
The government of Ghana has not given any of the 2 institutions 1 single cedi for these projects. I wish to commend the Minister of Transport and all those associated with this project. This is what we want to see. Develop our country, but don't go to Atufosin and ask for money. As construction commences, I urge the contractor and consultants to ensure quality value for money, strict adherence to specifications, and timely completion. Deadlines must be treated seriously, cost controls must be rigorous, supervision must be continuous, identify any challenge that threatens the project schedule or quality early, and resolve it promptly. The public must also be kept informed about major project milestones and any temporary changes to traffic arrangements around the airport. Airport users should be given clear advance notice of diversions and other construction-related disruptions. Good communication will help maintain confidence and minimize inconvenience to our passengers. This calls for continuous investment in infrastructure, technology, safety, security, and human capital. It also requires close collaboration between government, Ghana Airports Company, and the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. Every institution and every worker at this airport contributes to Ghana's image. The welcome at immigration, the efficiency of baggage handling, the cleanliness of our facilities, the management of traffic, and the courtesy of service providers all shape the visitors' first and last impressions of our country. We must therefore cultivate a culture of professionalism, discipline, and hospitality across the aviation value chain. I'm happy that the Ghana Airport Company Limited and the Civil Aviation Limited and other institutions working at the airport are taking a tough stance against soliciting and begging visitors for tips. It reflects very badly on our country. Ladies and gentlemen, government is equally committed to improving air connectivity across the country. We're not only improving the Accra International Airport, we're improving aviation across our country. During my recent visit to the Upper East region, I inspected the site earmarked for the development of the new Bolgatanga Airport. And I'm pleased to announce that preparations are well advanced to start construction of that airport.
Say at your debut, Owens and Fufu, Eddie, among the other Yokopium, Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku Ajima Nakache, Yada Maame, Ekopium, Rwanda, the Honomono, no, addition of members of a Ghanaian community, Eko Shemo, Rwanda, Sanabaya, met me at Nasi, Nenchi, Onosu, Etienne, Yomuhia Potipa, Ewo, a Honoma, between Ninch, Abonich, almost so Madada Setnano, Etuminchi, Etum Punich, Akon can say, and Semu Ankasano Eti.
Every Ghanaian, no matter where they live. So this is so important for us that I want to urge all of you, if you haven't done so, please register with our embassies. We need to know where you are. Not only because there'll be trouble, but just for us to know. You know, recently we had a bit of a problem in South Africa. We went to our database. We saw a certain number. We started planning, and it didn't work because the number was about 4 times what we had seen. If we had known that, then people didn't have to wait in difficult situations. At least we could have done the best we could. So please, it's very, very important that we know where you are. We are not trying to, don't want to use the word mafia, but we are not trying to spy on you. No, that's not it. But we just need to know where our citizens are. So this is important for us because the diaspora is very important, regardless where you are. And Ghanaians, we like to travel, don't we? So we are everywhere. And that's okay. But we need to know. So that for anything that we need, we all know the situation we inherited as a government. But you see, when you inherit, it's the good, the bad, the ugly, everything is all part of it. So you look at what is working, you look at what is not working, you look again at your strategies, and you find ways of fine-tuning them to ensure that things work even better. So we have decided that regardless the situation, we will focus more on building the nation from the ground up, paying more attention to those who are at the base of the pyramid. Not that those at the top don't matter, but we believe very much by the philosophy that guides us that it's about the bulk of the people. It's about doing things that affect all of us. So I know you are aware, for example, that we are constructing roads. Are you aware? You know that. When a road is well constructed, it is not just about removing an inconvenience. It affects everything. Yes, it means you can travel faster, but where are you going? Assuming you are sick and you have to be taken to a hospital, and the road is bad. And illness doesn't know particulars. It knows the situation of the person who is in it. So if it's a bridge you are building, because there were no bridges, and the chaloupe took off at certain times, and you got there when the chaloupe had left, or the time had elapsed, it means you have to sleep in your car or somewhere overnight. So we are doing these things because they affect all of us. And that is how the development begins. You have to look first at the infrastructure. You know, when you live in a country where they have gone beyond that curve, you may not quite appreciate it. But I think we all come from Ghana, don't we? And we have not forgotten where we came from. Have we forgotten? So we know our reality a little bit more and why we are doing. So in terms of health, for example, we are pushing up the primary health care. That's very important for us. You know, every so often, are there doctors among you? Or people in the health? Okay, it doesn't matter. But every so often, the doctors will say, oh, if you came earlier, you know. But sometimes we don't know that we should have come earlier because nobody told us. Okay, so we are encouraging the establishment of the CHIPS compounds, district hospital, the polytechnics, clinics rather, to ensure that at least you can get the primary health care. Just passing by to see your blood sugar or black, whatever, the fundamental issues you need to be paying attention to is important for us. So a very, very important area of the primary health care is preventive health, healthy living. So we can try to prevent as many of them as we can. There are some that you can do everything you can, but still the issue will arise. But at least we can be a bit more informed about what we need to do. I've heard of the Mahama Cares program, and we are looking at chronic illnesses. You know, sometimes they create such a burden on the families, and that in itself.
Jenny Edma Wale Dr. Mahama Abdul Karibu Sabre Kasie ade odin sembi ababe tujo ma no nsentre for twetwe nkomo na o chim say Speaker of Parliament ade otunsa edi frame mahibedwafo nyina so omombra no metena si na omon discuss nyama hodra ehia man Ghana ni titiru National Petroleum Authority bill na afenso bills ahodra eka ho no sabre peni HM say obepiem mahibedwafia 75% edma majority na dia omo ebepiem masa discussion no etumi ekoso mahibedwemu.
Today is the third day of the 5 days that we've been recalled to sit. Effectively, we have wasted about 75% of the time. And I'm seeing a situation where the government wants us to, rush through a single day of everything. And I think that the president should get serious. The leader of government business should get serious. The minister should get serious. They cannot abrupt our recess. The minority who is not even supposed to be prosecuting government business, we are here in our numbers to support the government, to do the government business. Yet still, the government is at large.
The Bank of Ghana bill is part of the essential businesses to be prosecuted, and it's here. My respected Deputy Whip, you should be telling this House why we are not taking this business. You should be telling this House, other than just saying we walk in less than 2 minutes and we should adjourn under 24-hour economy.
We call the House to come and sit and work, and we are working. So why are they complaining? There is a series of committees, meetings, and other things concerning the vetting of the 2 ministers and then the judges. What they should know is if we don't recall this House and they vet the ministers, there will be nobody to approve them to go back to their sector ministries to work on their
Ashafo say to do biom e won foforo mu e de amon de a ya da yekopiem e minority for makachi e won brahye na nimpa edi wonani ma de nsam no e de to dwa eye minority leader eye Alexander Feyo Markins ndo ya da ode ensem benum e de abetugwa we e fa ne eye nimpa be se theory a chese Supreme Court nominees me chese omo de aba abonten a chese mpemfo achirim se ni menim ya no omo de vetting process in edebe hyehyɛ do no we na minority for ekyirem so omo nte ase o sand na nka eba na embremu anka sampo dia na nka yada 14 days ansa wetumi ne nchi wabetena ase aveti omo na mum 3 days pe no wo be veti omo no yada emfa embra kwan so nti yada sa eye emrika tentema na so omo pe ne ntem ne de enya de omo te sa ensem no ase
Se ubompaya kaigana se unyakupon fagana shebisa enona woyo man papa enona woyo do odo ma woman enora na yeshwe odo ma woman enora odo ma woman enora na yeshwe odo ma woman
Order 2674 tells us how long a committee normally has to report on any matter referred to it. And Order 2172 requires the chairperson, the ranking, and 2 other members of the relevant subject matter committee to join the appointment committee for every single nominee. Order 21710 requires nominees' names to be published so the public can send in memoranda. Order 265 set quorum at 1/3 of committee. Order 226 lets a committee decide to sit in public or in private and requires it to reconvene when business is not finished at one sitting. Our emphasis is on the requirement to publish the names of nominees for the public to send memoranda. Ladies and gentlemen, we, the NPP minority, would want to make it clear. We are not opposed to the nomination. We are not opposed to the nomination. We believe that it is the president's constitutional mandate to engage in that process. But let us quickly point out to one fact, that the NDC is an unprincipled political party. It does not believe in political principle. It is inconsistent and it acts out of political convenience. You may recall that in 2024, one of their arguments was that the nomination of 2 justices to the Supreme Court amounted to the packing of the courts. But since they came, if we add these 3 nominees to the already 7 they have nominated, which Parliament approved, it makes it 10. Does that also amount to the packing of the courts? We want the Ghanaian people to judge that our friends are never consistent, they are never principled, they only act out of political convenience and confuse the people of Ghana. We will not follow that path. We are principled. We believe that at the Supreme Court, the president has the mandate to nominate and go through the process of Judicial Council and Council of State. So we will not stampede the process, but we must point out that our friends don't believe in any principle. Now let us also point out that for these Supreme Court justices, there was no such proper motion even on the floor for the purposes of suspending our standing orders. There is no decision of the House resolving that these justices be vetted just within 3 days after the announcement was made to the members of Parliament and referral made to the committee. Now, proceeding to vet these nominees bring to the fore some dangers. We want to point them out. One danger is that a nominee may carry a permanent shadow over its legitimacy. Every ruling those 3 justices have ever made, every dispute that matters to this nation will be met by a question. Were you properly vetted? Were you installed in a hurry to suit one government convenience? That question will not go away. It will follow every judgment that they sign for the rest of their career. Again, the danger of a precedent that no future Ghana can undo. Let me point out that since 1992, all Supreme Court nominees have gone through the process of being properly vetted. Notice to the public have always met the minimum 2 weeks per our practice. This is the first time the NDC is using its supermajority to
so yebono Doma East NDC Communication Officer Sabrade Ojinemo Edima Mrashibedwani Edima Doma East ayonimnyamfo Rahel Ama Owusu a womra no de school ahodo mattresses ahodo troubles and afin so ya akade ahodo school nkwada dudu ebe 1400 omu ewie JHS ewo ho asabre kase do mu de omani echiremu ewo senior high school no sabre kase die ya de wakwakoy adoye edi ama school nkwada se ne be ya omo school asidia betumi abona nema hodo omo ehia no so ometumi enya bi afri Mrashibedwani eho se na be yam so abusuafo so ebetumi atonkan no edi amadihye no
awofo bia nkana komanto ne yam ma obia mfasika enkonkɔhye chɔbɔso ma obia mfasika enkɔhye matresim ma me aprepe for saa ne manina obeyi afiri awofo benanso so be ya bezo be ho be henha be na de kakra bia me duowura ni se Doma Central ho ye wa hafo ye obrekum East and West ye wo jaman e wo fa ha niema ye ni nyina no akra bi otwe BC o Doma Central emfa ho se na awofo e wo firi Doma East akra ni ntimi nya mrane ne se o wie Doma East ne de o ma wo a wanwie Doma East no untimi engibi ye ka se ye bie kwan a obi maame ne na awofo Doma East ha oko school achimota udi agora obefiri ho abeje chobonso ebe made ye no adanya butu enti ya ye mako school ba bi no ye hu se ne mapase ahase aba fie no ebe hase ase atwe ma ne de aba ebe na nso amapulation a ye nya no education sector na timi apaja na timi de ahwe so aye school infrastructures timi ye policies ya ebe boa ma Doma East nwomasua afa ne tuma pafira ye nche ne pay grade abofra bi ya otwe BC ya obenya admission oqualify emfa hu so nya grade 6 emfa hu so nya 30 emfa hu so nya 100 obi ya o deserve so school bia ne sabeka bi afisu so chobos beba so na ne enti a ase publicity no na ayedin kakra ne se nim se mofra na omotwe BC na no omotwe wieye ansa na results bae ansa na omukoko chusu school enti ama admission mofra benya no enya ma ansa na bofra bia so benya chobos no benya mattress no ise onya admission enti ye twen se free ne enko pense bosumi ye enko na wieye a GS Enrizi schools no ma mofra no ma me guso aye ho nhyehyɛ ya chobos no omo ye ho adwuma ma me ye ne projection no why the 1004 asesia no pay amene mo kasa no mattress ni na be du Doma East a me ankasa makogina ho amomo yi nyina guyi a ye twen se mofra no benya omo akade ne betima ye ono chi no eba chobos so afamu a local carpentry na ne ya dan dia amomo chemansu carpenterfo ebrudu ani akire ne ba je pene se bebe ya ya dan adwuma na ma ba begusu abeye a no so de ye tie ne se edutan se ye chobos na ye wura chemansu a ye nkofa bi mfiri amnafo ye mfa bi mfiri wamfie ye de chemansu de na be cha mankora na omo twere chemansu center ha no we ne so ye both private school and government school ni na ne ka bom nkora ni na ne ka bom 1400 plus no
Ministry of Local Government Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs in paying for the Ensembino Atwam Air Tax, a new inaugurated audit committee such as Mapomo, MMADs, and Makacho Muchim say, and the Minimiano, I want our phone, or sad the Brunamuni, I don't mention it when the Enco Mujuma Potipa, and can a year gun by any reset agenda. No, Yada de Biado Mujumedio Medimetre. To sem anasem kuntu bi mo betumi epay wo mo ya do mo ma esa reset agenda no entumi enda ne ho edi e wo dwumede bi o medi enem osane ya da sa 80% omode allocate e de ama air district assembly command fund no ya da nkuntu dwumanti na omode san hyehye na ba bontinti ya da obi biara enhwe na mo mfa sa sikasam no emfa hyehye so nti embo ne chiputu sem so entumi empeja ne mu e wo mangana mo.
We should be able to demonstrate to our citizens that the resources entrusted to their assemblies are producing tangible benefits to their communities. The increased flow of resources to the local level should therefore translate into improved roads, sanitation, drainage, markets, social infrastructure, environmental management, and other interventions that directly improve the quality of life of our people. The measure of success should not simply be how much money an assembly receives or spends, but how effectively these resources are converted into tangible and sustainable development outcomes. And so we should make sure that they use the monies but not keep them in their accounts. distinguished guests, strong internal controls are fundamental to achieving this objective. The audit committees must pay particular attention to the systems governing procurement, expenditure, revenue mobilization, contract management, asset management, and project implementation. Government remains committed to strengthening decentralization and improving the capacity of MMDAs to deliver development at the local level. However, the success of decentralization will ultimately depend on the quality of governance at the local level. If we are resetting, the resetting should start from the local level with the people on the grounds so that they will feel the resetting, because the people that have been put in place to manage the resources are working well.
So Eddie Amaudia, Environmental Protection Authorities Abreka say the nsembi abetuja ni nyina efa January ewa fimpini du no enso ni nyina efa take away ahudro Ghana mampini John Dramani Mahama ni mpinifa ahudro Eddie ebetuja so Abreka say die Serwaa afefo from omehwe na yeja yusu no Abreka muso Eddie nsembi abetuja efa.
Yesterday we were in Kumasi KJT market for that matter to launch the second campaign on the ban on polystyrene products after the follow-up from Makola in Accra. And this morning we are launching, or we are doing one-on-one clinic with 4 centers. We are in the City Mall, we are at Edum, we are in the KJT market and the Registrar General to have interaction with the public on one-on-one clinic so that we can understand more about Environmental Protection Authority. EPA has been Environmental Protection Agency, but with the Act 1124 2025, we are now Environmental Protection Authority, which has given us EPA to have an oversight responsibility over everything that got to do with the environment, and has given us the authority more responsibilities. So we therefore take this opportunity in the clinics that all the 4 centers to educate the public, to engage the public on one-on-one, where officers are going around, as you can see, educating people, answering questions, people who want explanation about the activities of EPA, what EPA does, misunderstanding that some people that might have had about the work of EPA, they can clarify it for the people. And this evening, we are inviting the general public. We are having an event this evening, EPA in Focus, where the general public is invited. It's going to be a live show at 5 p.m. at Longford Royal Event Center. We are inviting everybody. We invite the media, the general public, that EPA will be in focus, that we can understand the Environmental Protection Authority, what we stand for, what we do. Questions will be answered, things will be discussed. Executive Director, the CEO will be there herself. All the directors will be there, the departmental executives, all will be there to explain on one-on-one everything about Environmental Protection Authority.
Na mekai mo say adamu ni gusu amhwe e mass eyimbre e kasebo na say yeto de biom e won sanfofro mu e de amon dia minister designate for environment science and technology senator Ajman Rollins ndu ada ono so ordinano abeto illegal mining hunsem etwagalam say hunsem o man Ghana mu na we no chirem say Ghana illegal mining ebetumi efi o man Ghana mu efi padia ya da ehun bekwa akohia pa say inkabom ebetumi epeje ne mu pa ewo government agencies ahodro any ministries no ya da sa won so wotumi eka omontuma pa ebom pa yie ne che omoboa ne che etumi ekoden editia galam say fo na ya da we so bebo ne che illegal mining hunsem no etumi fi Ghana o mine fi enrada no de da me ensem na de tudwa ewo mbrahye bedwum say
The fight against illegal mining and the subsequent damage it does to the environment and human life are an all of government and all of society imperative. And I do believe that the easiest way to address it is to have effective coordination between the ministries, departments, and agencies. And as you rightly pointed out, all of these activities are happening within the local governance space. And we have the decentralized EPA and all these agencies at that level as well. The regular reporting improves on transparency. It also helps us to track to what extent that to what extent interventions are making an impact. I believe that to start with, what I would want to do would be to sit with, should I get the approval from this committee and from the House, would be to sit with the relevant ministers of the coordinating of the relevant ministers of the various ministries that have an interest in the Galamsey fight, which would range from the lands as well as the local government.
Sir, to asem no so e de amam de asabe de ani echiri mu e wo NPP aso na asabe ntie firi ho abetodwa eni se executive positions ahodo e wo NPP amanyukun sabe manfo ahodo mu ejina se beto mo so abaide nsem bi abetodwa mu echim se omu nyina behwe so mmeboa NPP amanyukun na nkabo mahodo a efiri mu ni nyina besa abebio se na be metumi aboa na afimpini de no watwa bato e be kwa akoto na NPP amanyukun e be sending kunim ebio.
For all of us and for our party is that yes, we may be down, but we are not out. Solid.
I see my other colleagues who want to continue to become First National Vice. That's okay, but I understand that I have a message they don't have. Our party wants something that I would deliver. Most of them, they have been in the party, but this problem has remained.
We want to strengthen the research base of our party, expand training opportunities for our party communications teams, expand opportunities for training for the young people of our party, the ideological training that our young people need.
The time has come that we rebuild the party from a ground all the way to top and ensure that the NPP becomes once more the most thriving political tradition in this country.
ahwɛfoɔ sɛ yɛkyerɛ de biom ɛwɔ nsɛm foforɔ mu ɛde ama wɔn de ada yɛkɔpie mu ɛwɔ kasoa ɛne ne mpɔtam kasoa akɔle ɛyɛ district court ne do yɛ ada wɔn de nsɛm binom ɛde abɛtuga na wei na wɔn kyerɛ mu sɛ wɔkɔpie mu ɛwɔ kasoa ɛne ne mpɔtam a sɛ adehyɛ dodoɔ na wɔn biebie stores ɛna dodoɔ no so kyerɛ sɛ wɔn biebie pubs no yɛ ada wɔn tontɔn ɛyɛ expired assorted drinks a so wɔn tontɔn ɛyɛ drinks a etumi asɛe ɛwɔ abɔnten do ne nam so nti yɛ ada wɔn de wɔn kɔpie mu ɛwɔ court hɔ nom say omude esika ato omo so say ya da omo hwe ne nchomo ntu asase kan se ne be ya ebetumi ebe ya adesuade e de ama afoforo so se ne be ya drinks ahodo asese no ya da wanka so obetumi ne nchi wa hwe ne nchi wetu egwa ne nam so nti ada ewutu senya east environmental health directorate ya da sa drinks ahodo na asese e stores no ene pub ahodo na mkopie mu ho ne de ya da omutumi ehwe sa drinks ne na etu egwa mu hwe nim se nkofo ahodo no so a chese won ho ebon wo de me ensem no mu betumi etua Ghana sika na be 1200 and now say 3600 se na be ya o betumi aya adusua e de ama afoforo so
the world mo yo mo kotu nsa no say ye soft drink say ye alcoholic o futa mi wo di mo man say so mo kotu nyama na o mo hwe o mo di kan hwe expiry date no o mo kotu eyi nsa na ebeton e wo various facilities say restaurant ni choba ni friends beer bar ni the edika no and I say provision stores in yade and now omo a public no this is a very serious public health issue nti kokobo a yede ma tiefo amu etie and say so koto drink beer make sure say why inspect why share expiry date no say be ya say bi on koto food that be expired say the your friends say EPA opinion no kai no say why should now koto expire was so boni e di ma system no bi ni ayemhwe ni ade
sanitation officers ay call rounds na ye call stores to stores inspection nti ye call ni detect expired drinks na utu senya east municipal bylaw no mremu no e was say ye confiscate na say ye seize the expired drinks no na ye the bar office na you could take court order and sana ya ba be disposing of nti so far there muhu e wa ya disposing of ya kwaje court order soft drinks no eno no ye 312 packs and non alcoholics no so eno so ye 7 crates and 12 body creams per section 7 subsection C of the Utu Senior East Municipal Assembly food bylaw no say you confiscate and as easy drinks na e o say e court ye de o court nti oma ye seize omo expired drinks no ye de omo court e ma court e fine omo be 80 nyina ye de omo nyina court e ma emra ni omo edi
Benunsia Kasiebono so ede amaudi asabre kasa die Greater Accra Resilience and Integrated Development twanitia from GARID sabre kasa mu dinsembi abetujo mu echim se enche adom project ni ebe hihye so ewo kaneshi pram kwantempo ne so ni senti timenfo na afen so driver for mu adwuma wo sa kwan no so enhwe se enimani mi ya o mepe kwan foforo mu ebetumi ede afa so na ebetumi aboa na adwuma hodo mu pese mu ehya ase September date so enso no ebetumi akoso ye ede amo bibia ewo ho.
Beginning 7th of September 2026, works will commence on the construction of a double-cell underground rectangular stormwater drain from Pamprom Junction to First Light Junction along the Dr. Buzia Highway within the Kaneshi Enclave. The drain to be constructed measures approximately 10 meters wide and it runs for 1.5 kilometers. And it will replace the existing 1.2 meter diameter 2-number pipes that currently serves the enclave. Affected vehicles will be required to use the Awodome Cemetery Road, the New Times Corporation to Awodome Roundabout, the Oblogo to Mataeko route as well, to access the First Light Junction and thereafter proceed on their journey. It is expected that this first phase of the works will be completed by the end of November, and Pamprom Junction will then be open to traffic in the first week of December 2026.
We have earlier engaged key stakeholders, including the transport unions, the commercial drivers, the market women, traders, other businesses, schools, public institutions, community leaders, and all residents within that affected corridors. This engagement provides an opportunity to explain the traffic management plan, receive feedback, and incorporate the stakeholder concerns in the implementation strategy.
Say atuade biom e won sefoforo mu e de amon de ada ya da ne ni ekopie mu e wo aboabo e wo asanwase e de e wo asokore mampon municipal e wo asante mantem ne ya da wo kopie mu ho a ahwe wo sema epagya ne mu e wo ne say ada eja hyehye etumi ama ne home so in the day wa bla nam so nti ada 300 wooden structures e wo aboabo ne potem de ya da etumi ahwere dwobe na we in empanyfo e de hyehye mu de gwa kwa mu kyerem say asat na one de ya da wo metumi ehu ne tipote ma sa eja hyehye no etumi epagya ne mu nti ada empanyfo eguso a mu de hwehwem egu akwem sem enensem ne etie
Kase bia kios ba ko na hwenti e ba na stores bebre wa ha amu yitre amu tonko amu to provision nyina wa ha ana ya be hwe ye nyina hwenti nima ne bi mpo e na ekita me no enti ye sra ban se de wotuna ma amanfo betie esufre no wasama amanfo metie esufre na momboa ye kakra enye se du de e de a ye ni begbo senti ye sre sa man for me boy na mo se no store wura we wan wanya ne ma ba kumpo kura o se ni sika nyina hye ana kias for mo wa han so amuso bia amfa ne ma ba kumpo emfru
Eja abeshi hariye it is same honorable Mutaka Mubarak ya pese muni na muntu amaramo na ombra ambeke ya kosu inji misemo jo mama we dey sutre eja we dey inti so we are the youth na inti we dey semo
what I have for now they should come to our aid help us because plenty people are now homeless so if they should come to our aid if we like that.
An apprentice of the other side of one. Me shedam na me yes ala you me shedam na ti sa me bie pono me bia bontin kura me kred gele ne to obi ant me gina kura as me shop ni aha na me repair phones me shop ni so ashi aha na de nipa ne do ha line ni nyina be 230 people kiosk na ashi by other side of the dogo sa na ashi by 100 there aha area no nyina 230 na shi ba da sabe da yin ya shi te e bompe bia betuma boy de emboy enye be bia da koso bi nipa bebre isukane bi nema bia shi obi wo de oni abo kwa ehye obi wo de entade kwa santade no se de no an oni pi so e bompe bia betuma boy entade ana mpabo de emboy
So Eddie amount dia sabre de ni echiri mu western region nanti efri ho abetodwa eni sabo from wedi mfie enum eda na ya mude esi wo so mo hwehwe na echira kwan na mu sabre de tia abetodwa eni so makwa akohunu se ade a wato nananom wonse da bra na oda boho bi eninti ebetu ebekwa homa no so na eni yaboni enyamane boni Ebeneza atwetwe nkonse na be nsempoti na anaso na nam so ma abofra no eko eda hono de mu nchem na akasa ede ba betodwa Ebeneza ma kwa ba Edibaye Mass Television and you break us say yes so. Ebeneza o pacha se menka. Hello Ebeneza. Mpacha betumi akire nyanti anasa de pote esi na ntuma sa abofra ye ka no asemi. Wato na nanu wonsi edo eno ewo western region. Yo Ebeneza ya beda wase so unya bre ebetire ne ekọ support ewo western region nyina efa ya brant wedi fie numa sabe kasa de wato nananom wonse do amu echim se ade na abusuafo ehwehwe no every 4 days ni ana omo enhu abofra na sabe kasa de abusuafo ekohu abofra na ade na wato nananom ewo ense do na ahwe so ede amamo
Mehima na nyumbre Maame kale wole tuwa fa menimo paade na nya bia woni kwansi bia
kentin kale ni kele wele wonim se 11 cedi ene 22 cedi a yedri Maame kele wele joint ya woje no wonim se betimi dia to asase e wo city based properties for you madam Fudavi se no a 11 cedi 22 cedi no boaboa no a
wo se sen 1 cedi 2 cedi etimi to asase e wo Ghana ha
bam Ghana ha se die city based properties for pe e no mo de hihya to ho a wotimi tua 11 cedi ene 22 cedi a wotimi to asase ade ye so maba se na be ya Ghana for ye betimi ato asase esi efie ma ye calculation we nhwe ye fa ne se 5 times 30 eye say
eye 150
enka ne sika dada 1.5 na 2 times 5 nso
anu nso ye 10 cedis
asa ye wo hia eye deposit enka ne sika dada no 1.5 na utua wi a de bia no atua 10 cedis ravi nya ne de no afie nya ama sama no obi ho Shy Hills oyi bi pram kaswa ene chopoli new airport no wonim so mo dansie ho niema nyina efi so de be she dan no ni siase akopim so bewie wo mo di free wo no we se tua na kakran
oh ene asase bo modia anwe mo chekwan
the head office ewo Nungwa barrier afenso eye city based office anes ewo eye Mataheko Hallelujah Junction Frena May 0550285246
0505244503 and 0551996843
City Based Properties. We add value to your home.
Wapomude awunya yentini etwasa brenia brenyina no enuane a wudiko nipadua mu nyina no woya hweye ne santi Bob Foods and Groceries BFNG abadwaman so enam se koko wonfasodie hudu pintino what royal cocoa powder ni bi abadwaman so pebbles and a naughty choke sanso and a cocoa nepsibi what ni na abadwaman so ose so you dwedidi na opedodo atu anasa opebia koton ubetimi ene wono etwetwe enkomo sanso ayade a wo 70% 80% 90% dark chocolate and also benye bi ato edi ewo wono asweye frɛ one more
0558 047 304 Some start to do that from far. When police, when you fire, when you ambulance, malamu phone I from my piano fa. Boba, Madu.
Akwaba edi aba mask kase eso ne yeto ansem ne so edi amamude asabre edi ni echiremu ewo nije kase na sabre die esi ni twene ono anso science and training na mama brown edi nsem bi abetudwa ni nyina eko edi ma shata wale ewo manga na sabre chim so beda na assistance obepiemu ewo manga na mo ni premier na nkodi ehihye so eno edi ana eda ni movie no so amana ya dia shata wale ebo ani eyipa
Mawate.
Ena mejina so a sabi yenso bogosi nya branti.
Ajo wesa. Meda shata asia mawate. Na me so no ama premier no buy no. Me wan who say why say exo or the akoto Facebook.
Yeah.
And it was trending.
Wow.
And I know for long that Shatta he loves me.
Yes.
Pa, I respect him pa. And you know it's bibia me hu ye no manage. Yeah. Manage pa, and you know onim say oye bibia no hia me I'll go and support him too.
Nanka ma go for say abro fat.
Me bu fu da. Hey. I didn't come on about the left side.
Who benya sem na quarter na Sunday.
Umuso ni obi
also so ya unya pa.
Say binya ba bile bi hwe me bogoso. Abile bi hwe me life. E o bogoso binya ba kwa.
Afemba ya tobo.
Uma location na makoto bia ma.
Akoma abena bi.
Okay.
Excellency, Pastor, my final words.
Maame, madam wase.
Okay.
Na minim ne me ka cherade.
Okay.
Because I want them crowd the mammy and me the movie around. I'm a different.
Serious.
Me and me Tom Passion who's a midonku na emia. But at the end I'm sorry I don't even feel like stopping. Until you know it is by the grace of God.
Of course.
Any H ni ko baby ya. Madam Media Houses in Yuna Siama.
Okay.
It's been amazing.
Okay.
And umama me feel say yes. Nana support na me de ma nipa bebre no. enye kwa o mama me feel it say
ada yada ne ni egopiem ewo amanone ho nsem yada yekopiem ewo World Health Organization omo akache na se wokopiem ewo Uganda encheli bia na mpemfo ede nsem ne bede betu gwa muchinum se yada Ebola yare no etumi epeja ne mu ewo ho ne abra mpemfo echilem so mo de hyehye egu akoma mo bua se yada obi biara entumi entwentwen nyama so kaka se ne be ya Ebola yare no betumi aso anu ne yada enmenim yade World Health Organization echilem se yada wokopiem wo Uganda dia Ebola yare ne de yande ewo ebi ewo bi ma che say we declare Uganda as Ebola free country.
Wo Ebola yare unity ewo Democratic Republic of Congo ene Uganda manim na ebe deja ewieche no yare eteteye ewo DR Congo manim ama omomantem bensia yare eteteye ama sabre kase de nipa dodo na atwa nananom ewo nsiado no emprempra ye kase eyade yare ni binsu unity ewo Uganda manim ampenifo den hihya hodo egu apono so ebi ene se wo woro wonsane ade saso ene won mo penso ewo mia hodo a nipa wo bebre se ne betimi aboa ama yare entretre esan hihya hodo ampenifo de gu apono so ewo Uganda man ebo yie pa ema efri me busumini da etosu edunum ampenifo ka se Ebola yare ama hodo enhwe onhusu yie no Uganda man cases ahodo eduonu per 20 cases ena wotimi record ye nanso ena ye ka se wodo ani echiremu ewo eye Uganda man ni mu a Ebola yare nkoto se nipa ba kokora ewo yare ni bi ewo eye Uganda man eno nam so ama wiase nyina pomuden kubatan World Health Organization agia tumampa ehuni se eye nokre se Uganda man Ebola yare sabrede ebi nimukra nanso o ma kire so mo bekoso ade omani edi eche se ne be a yare ni bi nsan nyiniti ewo hosa so ena woguso ade nhihya ahodo egu apono so se ne be a se ne yare ni eku nipa dodo ewo DR Congo man wo betimi apɛ ho so ano ewo sama no
we aha enemre be mai ko na di anwumbre no nsia kase bo ni nyina edi ebesi ansa na be sore so ya hwa aboafo ahodo a eso ya se edi kase bo no edi ebesu mu City Based Properties Ghana Limited so pasase atode na tutuamkai na bro omaso mu onungwa barrier opposite Scan Guest House anso na akwa afenya to butin so be hu City Based asoye ewo ho betumi afrempin for ewa homan eso 0551996843 0551996843 City Based of Sibra na sasibia weni eje huno metwa ede ama sanso na oni sika ni nyina de bro no betena se na mo ayen hihye na wetua ne kakran na ewiye no wa ba beye asasi era sanso na open century school park ewa manga na mudia ene me kanfu air first choice ede amomebo na da so person in century ni mapa osuanse na camera handling editing any makeup de any tutuamkai na bro maso omo onungwa bari omo ni Mass TV ena ewo dan kruma betumi afromo ewa homan eso 0554 from omejo so now that is so person in century ni mapa no o ma hwe no mabo na nyina abemo edi amam sa enso na box food and groceries so pe cocoa products bi ato edi anampo se wo to akwa koton dia eni tutuamika na from ahoma na ya do mo edi bebro be bia wo bia no ya do mo ye delivery edi ekọ awiase afane nyina ni senti tutuamika na free box food ewa ahoma eso 0558 047304 0558 047304 o from a omo ebejo so na be bia wo bia no omo ahwe na cocoa product weni eje hono so omo ede abro ewufie na ya enwubre ya je bread mask ase ede ebesom eyeme mame ya Serwaa mene
mame ama amu
na ha ene edi kasebo ni nyina ede besi akra